Starting point. Let's discuss your answers to the question, what are other fundamental differences between lucid dreams during sleep and lucid dreams in waking life? In dreams, everything only moves when there is an observer. If there is none, the dream world rests. Time doesn't flow. The picture comes alive when the dreamer enters the dream world with their attention. Their attention activates the entire mechanism, time. In waking life, it's not like that. Reality is already a running movie. Clearly, you've read the book Priestess of It Fat. Yes, the dream space, also called the space of variations, rests in eternity. There is no time or motion there. It is a static picture, except that the space is constantly being supplemented with new information. Time, as a physical effect, appears when the dreamer watches the picture, like film reels sitting on shelves versus those running through a projector. In waking life, the approaching frames have causal links, except in cases of transgression, but in dreams, future frames can calmly intersect with frames from the past. Not exactly. In the material world, film reels can also intersect, leading to paranormal phenomena, which were discussed in the book Tufty the Priestess. Walking alive through the movie. Another fundamental difference is that in waking life we interact with living souls, though mostly asleep, who also create reality in one way or another, while in dreams we interact with empty mannequins, glam rocks. There are plenty of living mannequins in waking life too. Not all dream characters are necessarily empty mannequins. I had a dream long ago where I spoke to several people lounging in the grass under the sun. When they saw me, they rubbed their eyes, greeted me, and asked me to be more aware, saying otherwise I wouldn't be able to escape my dream. Maybe they meant the waking dream? Many people spend their entire lives asleep, without ever waking up. I used to get upset all the time when things didn't go my way. Yes, once again. If something didn't work when setting your reality, first check whether you tried to change what had already happened or something that required a delay. And second, don't get upset, so you don't lose your I can do anything state. In dreams, there is everything, fear, laughter. But when we start to experience these emotions, we wake up instantly, like during a nightmare. It's like a hook. But in real life, those triggers instead pull us deeper into the dream. Unfortunately, that's true. That's why you must develop the habit of waking up via activators. The habit takes root only through repeated practice. I still believe that the material world is just as easily influenced as the dream. It all comes down to belief. In dreams, we believe we can because we're aware of where we are. In waking life, we simply don't believe we can instantly change reality. But it is possible. I know it. It's all about conviction. The one who walked on water said you could too, if your faith were even as small as a mustard seed. But our motto is different. Not by faith, but by our will, let it be done to us. The question is how strong your will is, and whether you're applying it. Strength, too, must be developed through the constant setting of reality instead of expecting something from it. In dreams, we can set our own script, which gets instantly realized, but in waking life, we can't set the script. It doesn't obey us. In waking life, we can only jump from one script to another by repeatedly setting the target frame with the braid so that it eventually manifests in reality. Sit down. You get an A. In dreams, we control everything, including other characters. In waking life, only ourselves. But only masters know how to control themselves. It would be great to know how. Not just basic functions, but especially your thoughts, reactions, and attention. The one who controls their attention controls reality. Why are there driving schools, but no schools for managing attention? Yet that's nothing less than self-management. We learn to drive cars, but not ourselves? Isn't that necessary? Only one place I've seen offers such a course. It's called Attention Management on the Transurfing Center website. Enroll. In the material world, we are limited but not powerless. In fact, limits as barriers disappear when accepted. Limits only become a cage when you resist them. Tufty is right, look only forward. Not with hope or thoughts of will it happen or not, but with a clear awareness of your creative power, that it will happen. Because exactly what we focus on happens. Yes, Our attention is the engine of our personal reality. I can't set reality like the gurus do. I don't have that level of joy and energy to let go of negativity. So I keep slipping into it, and that really pushes away the desired outcomes. In dreams, you don't overthink this stuff. But in life, black alternates with white, and you need to be able to stay balanced. If you don't know how to drive, you'll crash into a ditch. If you don't know how to manage attention, you'll fall into negativity. So, what's the conclusion? You must learn to master your attention, meaning to master yourself, and thus your reality. In a dream, I can drastically influence events. In real life, many living souls with their own motives change things. To set reality and get what I want takes more time because of how complex this reality equation is. In a dream, you can just fly into an unrealized sector where everything happens with a snap of the fingers, not oozing like molasses as it does in waking life. Don't think about how complex it is, just do it. It's easier, simpler, and more effective. One time I lost an earbud. Searched the apartment. Cursed. Thought it was gone for sure. Then I thought, all right, I'll try. I imagined the braid, relaxed, and thought, okay, I'll find it now. Suddenly I had this zap, like, check under the couch in a specific spot. I didn't believe it, thought it was nonsense. But I moved the couch, looked, and there it was. No idea how it got there. Strange. Your mind doesn't find it strange that the item ended up somewhere odd. It finds it strange that the problem was solved without its involvement. It thinks, what do you mean some unknown force is solving things for me and better than me? Then what am I for? That's why I keep telling you, don't think, do. Use the braid. As the Jedi said, use the Force. Why aren't you using it? In an unconscious dream, there's no anchor. Or rather, you can try to find one by asking, who am I? What's happening? But then you immediately wake up. In waking life, asking these questions gives you more awareness and control over reality. That's it. That's a real fundamental difference.